Oh, welcome to the Hungary ring. The 1-2-5s are ready to go. Grimini nearest you is in pole. Ginola, Wakai and Shimizu are the rest of the front row. First time Shimizu's been on the front row, and Grimini's second pole ever.
Yeah, and look for Appleyard and Patrickson, both qualified for the Brits, right towards the back, but looking for great things. So, green light, and they're away. The start of the 1-2-5 Hungarian Grand Prix. And who's got the whole shot? It looks like Casanova.
It's Wakai, I think, Keith off the front row, but Grimini's out-dragged him.
Well, we look to see them sort themselves out into the second gear, right-hander, down the hill. A very dangerous corner on the way out of here. There's a pedestrian footbridge that you can come to grief with if you decide to slide down the grass. But it is Gianola in front.
Cassini second, Wakai and Casanova dicing for third. Wakai nearest has been pushed out, then it's Grimini.
There's certainly going to be a lot of pushing and shoving around this track. 7 second gear corners on the track, and it's real bumpy when you're in them too.
Gianola leads. The man you must look for now is Ralph Volkman, number 3. These are the two who are disputing the world title.
Yeah, Volkman, though, qualified down in 8th place, second row of the grid, so Volkman's got a lot to do if he's going to make any catch-up today.
That looks like him in 7th. So Marlborough bike, I didn't identify it. It could be a wader, of course, but he's not up there with the leaders. There's your leader. There's Grassini. Casanova, Grimini. Look for number 3. He's gone through the picture.
So then, into turn 8. Out of turn 8, through turn 9, up into 3rd gear, and onto the fastest turn on the course, turn 10, the 4th gear left-hander.
I'm looking for, yes, that was Waldman just going through, Keith. He's well down, about 7th or 8th place. Is that him making a move on the inside? It is. It looked like Wakai he just pushed out the way. Our Japanese chum being relegated quite dramatically on the first lap.
So then, streaming round the first lap of 26 whole laps here in Hungary, and the predictions, anyone that's brave enough to predict what the weather's going to do, it's quite overcast, and the wind has changed twice this morning, so everybody's guessing as to what's going to happen later on in the day. But at the moment it's dry, and look at Gianola. What an outstanding lead from the first lap.
Grimini challenging for 3rd place in a drag race with Casanova. Loses it, Grassini has 2nd. Grimini looks on the inside. Has he got it? We'll see in a moment. There's Waldman just come through your picture. That's Ueda you're looking at there, the other Marlborough coloured bike. Yes, Grimini is through to 3rd, and there's Ralph Waldman following him through into 4th, going around the outside of Bruno Casanova. No, he isn't.
So then, Volkman looking like he's a bit more back on the pace with this job, but Grassini we're looking at now. Grassini still in 2nd place, being challenged. Well, any which way, it's quite a difficult track to pass here, despite the fact you've got so many slow corners.
Yeah, what's going to happen by the look of it, Keith, is Ezio Gianola is going to make a break right from the word go, isn't he? It's an unnaturally large lead he has already by 1-2-5 standards.
Yeah, he qualified in 2nd place, but some 900th of a second just behind Grimini, which is about par for the course when it comes to 1-2-5s.
There's Ertl well down, number 9.
Yeah, Ueda was amongst that bunch as well, bike number 5. So Ueda well down, a man from last year, but really not shining at all this year. But at the front, it's still Gianola, leading by a mile. God, just look at that.
Still Grassini 2nd. Well, Casanova and Grimini and Waldman.
As long as these guys keep tripping each other up, Gianola's going to be real pleased with that, because they're just playing into his hands. Oh, and it's extremely close there. I didn't pick up who that was.
And Spahn.
Spahn, Desperado on the brakes.
Steve Patrickson just went through your picture ahead of number 28, Anton Weibel.
Patrickson qualified in 31st place. Robin Appleyard just 1 place in front of him in 30th, but declaring to be happy. Well, Bowman on the grass there, using every inch of the road, plus a bit more. God, nearly lost his front wheel as I jump out of the chair.
And that was Debbia who came past him in the melee, Keith. Gabby Debbia, number 4, a man who's had 2 fastest laps recently, but has not yet won a race. Only been on the rostrum at the European Grand Prix in Barcelona when he got 2nd.
Well, Volkman really being pushed and shoved, and Wakai now breathing down his neck, and that would worry me.
I think it worries these 1-2-5 guys. I know certainly Aspar Martinez has been heard to complain vociferously about the riding of some of the Japanese guys.
Well, 2 bunches then, a big fight for 2nd place, an even bigger one for something like 11th. But at the front, it's Gianola from Grassini, from Casanova, from Volkman. Well, maybe. I think it's out of date now.
It is, because Debbie has
the list. And Hans Spahn up into 9th place. That's pretty good to see at the moment. And Badelier, Luc Badelier, the Dutchman, in 11th. So we've got some good guys there. Dirk Rowdy's, the ex-broken arm Dirk Rowdy's, back on the minor leaderboard placings. Grassini then still in 2nd place.
Yep. Dirk Rowdy's kicked back from the broken arm he suffered in qualifying in Netherlands. It wasn't just the 500s who were getting off it as.
Wow, just look at this. This is fraught. Well, not for this man, of course, Gianola, as we change shop to the man that's about 3 million miles in front of Grassini from Casanova.
Yeah, that is Hans Spahn and number 35, Luc Badelier, the young Dutchman, on the back of this mob. And it's about time we saw something from the Dutch boys, isn't it? Badelier's been improving. There he is, number 35, ex-European Championship man. Best result so far, 11th in Spain. And he wanted to get some points this time. And Hans Spahn, number 14, Keith, a man who we thought was a world champion a couple of seasons ago. We've seen nothing of him this year.
No, I really can't work out quite what's going on there, and I'm sure he can't either, as Debier again looks for the sideline on Gramini. So Debier 4, trying to get up the inside of Gramini, manages that and tacks on behind bike 15 Casanova, who is in 3rd place from 2nd place Grassini, but it's still Ezio Gianola, bike 16, way off the front of this melee for 2nd place.
And I'm watching Ralph Boldman, number 3, Keith, who is taking some dramatic lines. He knows his World Championship lead has just been shot to pieces by a Gianola. He must get to the front of this pack, and doesn't he know it?
And Debier again. Debier looking really good there. Gabby Debier sliding up, it looked to me, into 3rd place. Yes, he has. So Debier on the charge. Well, he was. That's, well, there's not much of a cigarette paper you get between those two. Debier and Casanova swapping paint there behind Grassini. Oh!
31 is in the deck. That's Charlie Giro.
Well, Carlos Giro unceremoniously dumped in the gravel trap. We didn't see quite what caused that, but here at Hungaroring, there's a lot of effort on the front tyre of every bike with such slow-speed corners, 2nd gear ones. So really, Charlie Giro jumps off. Let's have a look. Oh, he just lost the front end straight underneath him. So, well, Carlos Giro, actually, he looked well out of contention for any place there as well. I don't know quite where he was in the race, but did that all on his own, unassisted. What a Volman, Gramini, Grassini, but it could change at any minute, and it just did. Gramini has gone through, so Gramini takes the lead, but Julian Ryder's comments before we went to the break was that Grassini was right on there, and he has just set the fastest lap. Well done, Julian.
Oh, thank you. Nice to be right once this year. And I think that's Wakai up to 4th as well, Keith. So the charge for the flag is on. Number 2, Fausto Grassini, has set the fastest lap. 2 second places in the last 2 races, Keith. 3rd before that. He's a man who needs a victory.
Yeah, I think this is going to get pretty desperate towards the end, because basically there's not too many places to pass, as already Steve Hislop has reiterated in his comments. And really, these 3 have all had a go at the front. And I don't know, they're all struggling a bit with it, to be honest, and they're very, very close, and we've not got that long to go. So what do we got towards the line? That's the question I want to know.
Well, as you say, Keith, think back to that outrageous outbreaking manoeuvre of Ezio Gianola's in Assen, where he went from 3rd to 1st on one corner. And in the 1-2-5 class, anything can happen. You discount nothing. Right, let's take a look at these 3 guys' track record, shall we? First, Alessandro Gramini, the leader, just 23 years of age. The Works Aprilia rider, the man who finished 8th here 2 years ago. He has just the 1 career win to his name, and his first Grand Prix was in Japan 2 years ago. Fausto Grassini, 2 times a world champion in 85 and 87 for Garelli when it was a twin-cylinder formula, a man who has won 18 Grand Prix in an illustrious career. And Ralph Boldman, the man who was our pre-season favourite, that's us here in the commentary box. 3 Grand Prix wins this season, 2 last year, 25 years old, and really the rising star of German racing.
Well, I think it's got to be prediction time. We've got a lap and a half to do, so let's go back to the studio. Steve Hislop, put you right on the spot. Give us your man for winning this race.
I think I'll go for Waldman, definitely. It's just, I think he's weighing Gramini up, and I think he'll make a do-or-die effort.
OK, and what about Andy Kershaw? Are you going to stick with your man, Gramini?
I think I'll stick with Gramini, but I think Waldman might try something desperate on the last lap.
Has he got his newspaper with him?
Gramini's leaving a few gaps, though. That's a bit worrying. He keeps letting Waldman put a wheel in there.
Or something. Thanks, Andy. We'll be back in a minute and see if you win the bet. So then Gramini still leads. Well, I'm on Grassini still, and Grassini is looking for the outside. We're on the last lap now. Grassini is up alongside Bowman. So can this be the time? Well, Bowman knows what he's got to do now. They're catching up with Gramini. I hope they don't touch. Certainly from our camera angle, it gave me maximum heart rate.
Waldman saw him coming and just let off the brakes that little longer, didn't he?
Worry me, and look at Wackeye going for the inside of Grassini. So Wackeye is underneath Grassini, so Grassini falls back. Well, the kiss of death, I predicted he'd win it, so Grassini finds himself back to 4th place. It's still Gramini at the front, from Bowman, from Wackeye, from Grassini, Jules.
I hope Waldman doesn't look over his shoulder just now, but if these two, Wackeye and Waldman, charge up to Gramini on the last lap, Grassini back to 3rd. That's a good move from Fausto, but that looks like the front two, Keith, are away. Surely it's between the two men at the front.
Yeah, but it's mistake time surely between the two men at the front, because it's the man who doesn't make a mistake on this last lap who is going to win the race. This is a tricky little track. It's very, very hard indeed to keep it all in line, as we've seen from each one of these riders just about. And really, Gramini has got Bowman all over him. Well, it'll be a tragedy if they ever come in together and end up in the sandpit, because Bowman needs the points. This is the first time that he's had Gianola behind him for a little while, and really, well, I think that he might even settle for 2nd place if I was him.
He's shown no signs of that sort of attitude at all this year, let alone today.
That's why he's there and I'm here, and Bowman looks for the inside line, and Bowman, on the brakes, he was all shakes and sides. Well, that looked like a 500 manoeuvre, I don't know about anything else. This is the charge. We're heading down through turn 12 now. We're into turn 13. This is where Steve Islop said that you can get through here a bit better if you like. But it's still Gramini, and I don't think that Bowman has anything for him. Grassini in 3rd place and Wackeye in 4th, and really barring a mistake just here, Julian, that's how they're going to finish.
Watch Grassini dragging to the flag. Has he got the extra grunt? Probably not, probably not. Yes, that's it. Gramini, Waldman, Grassini and Wackeye.
Well, I think that Gramini looked just a fraction happy about the race win there as we watched the minor leaderboard places come by. Wackeye looks absolutely shocked. I think he's mesmerised by the 3 in front of him. Let's have another look at it then. An almighty amount of weaving to try and shake everybody out the slipstream. Grassini in 3rd place here did get good drive out of the turn, but there really was never a chance of him making it to the line in time. It's slightly uphill, and it would have been a tall order to try and get his bike past Waldman at that time. So Gramini wins from Waldman, from Grassini, and Wackeye can only watch.
Yes.
Well, do you think he's happy?
Gramini takes the win by 0.1 of a second from Ralph Waldman. Fausto Grassini 3rd, Nobby Wackeye 4th, Gabby Debbia 5th, and Hans Spahn 6th. Sakata comes through the 7th, Nobby Ueda 8th, Casanova relegated to 9th, with Shimizu, a front row starter, only getting 10th. We saw Gianola there out of the points finish, which is very, very disappointing for him. Petrucciani 13th, Molinar, Rowdies, Palmieri, Robin Appleyard comes in 19th. That's a bit more like it for Robin.
Well, Robin, he said after practice that he was confident of getting things right, and there's Patrickson up into 25th. So, world standings, Julian, there. Waldman then increases his lead to 101 points. Grassini in 2nd place on 87, just in front of Gramini, who's right up there now. Gianola drops back to 4th with 81. Casanova in 5th. As we run down the list, Ueda there, he's now in 12th.